So let's go ahead and open another thing and go to AWS IoT Core. Okay, there now I'm just going to find the old action rule that we had. And I can tell which one it is because it's the only one enabled. So I'm going to keep everything the same. The only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add an additional action, which is going to be sending this payload to another Lambda. And that Lambda is going to be the one we just created there. So configure action, select the Lambda, and here it is, send IoT payload to. So go ahead and select that, add that action. Now I could get rid of the original send IoT payload. It doesn't really matter because since we're giving our static web host that WSS connection through our new API gateway WebSocket URL, this isn't going to get sent anyways to that website. So I'm just going to leave it there. I'm not going to bother deleting it. But you probably should. But for educational purposes, I'll just show that you can do that. Okay, since that's the only change we made, and this is an already existing action, we don't need to create it. So we're pretty much done with this. So now all we need to do is use our automated test script to start sending temperature and humidity information to our static web host. And again, remember, since I'm adding timestamp here as timestamps from our rules query statement, I don't need to add timestamp to that JSON package. So let's go right now to that bash script, edit it for this specific configuration, and then I'm going to show you how to use a static web host without having to do that whole procedure with an S3 bucket or do something on DigitalOcean or GitHub or Cloudflare or something else. This is super easy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here where I have that bash script. Actually, let's see what it's called. IoT tester. So I'm just going to open it in Notepad. In Windows, you can do this. Notepad, IoT tester. Bash script, edit it right here. So our topic name is, and remember, it doesn't matter as long as we have IoT-/, doesn't matter what our topic name is, because any topic name after IoT/ is good to go. We're in the same region here, so we're in US East 1, which is North Virginia. It's a region that keeps going down with these AWS server failures. And everything else here is the same. So go ahead and save this, close this off. And now here's the cool part. Put this down. I'm not going to run this script yet. There's a lot of these static web hosting sites. There's like JSDo, JSBin. There's probably about 10 of these different sites. This one's my favorite. It's called playcode.io. The reason I like this one the best is it has the best visualization. So again, we don't need a static web host to make public buckets and declare it a static web host and do these things as I did in the previous lecture. You already know how to do that, and you can do that if you like, but you don't have to. I can simply host this because through that WebSocket, it's going to be able to connect without any security to these web hosts anywhere across the world. So let's go ahead and open the editor, and it can handle React, JavaScript, HTML5, TypeScript, Vue, and I think that's Bootstrap. So go ahead and open the editor. And now all I need to do is paste my index HTML and my JS script in here. I'm going to turn off live server because I don't like it updating every time I make a change. It could be node mount. I don't know what they use. And let's go paste that in here. This is going to be my index HTML. Same one I've used before. Select all, copy, and just Control V in here. I don't need to change this at all. And now, even though I'm calling this main.js and this is script.js, it still works. So that's not a problem. And that's another nice feature of this website. So go to my main.js here, select all. I do have to make one change here because I have to add in that WebSocket endpoint. So Control V that. And let's add in our WebSocket endpoint, which we add right here. So go to API Gateway where I stored it. And now I'm going to grab the whole thing. Great. And stick it right in here. Cool. So that's good to go. It's asking me to sign up for the premium plan. I guess that's one thing annoying about this site. But that's already in there. So let's leave this open and just run our bash script. And it should immediately start sending data up to this web page, and it should give you a nice little graph here. I'll do Shift-Control-I, so you also get this web panel on the side. Okay, I had to move this to a different browser because after I said how cool Playcode.io is, they were trying to charge me for money because I used it too many times. So using this now in Opera. All right, so let's do the same thing. Let's rerun the script here, that IoT tester script. So it starts sending data here. Okay, so I had to hit that button first, actually. It's connected. If you don't hit that button, it's not going to start accepting data. So there goes our graph. I'll probably run this script again so I can get some more data points. And if we go over here, you can see that this is coming through to IoT Core. If we go back to IoT Core, I can simply go to Test, MQT Test Client, subscribe to any IoT/topic. So if I subscribe, not publish, if I subscribe to IoT, anything, I'll just keep it as pound, subscribe. I'll rerun the script here just to show you. You'll see that they're coming in here through IoT Core as well. And it's adding that timestamp on. And then the last thing I want to show you is, and we'll come back here and see that our graph is continually getting updated. I'll run it once more and fast forward for the end of the video. But one thing I do want to show you over here in the original browser is in our IoT Systems Manager, remember we had XXXX. When we connected to PlayCode.io, we have a new connection ID. So if you simply refresh your screen, you'll see, of course, you can go to CloudWatch and get this as well, but you'll see here, this is my connection ID from PlayCode.io. Now, if we disconnect and reconnect somewhere else, whether it's at Static Web Host in S3 or another of these JavaScript hosting sites, we're going to get a new connection ID. So I'll run this script one more time. You can watch that graph there keep going, and that's very cool. All right, I'm going to move on to the final section here in a little bit when I have some more time. That's going to be the more advanced section where I talk about using the AWS JS SDK within the browser with MQTT and WebSockets. So look for that in the next couple of weeks, and that'll be our most advanced section of videos, which is going to be the most professional way of doing things, but also the most complicated. Okay, I'll see you there.